The Bob Cannon Award honors individuals who have given loyal, dedicated service to the landscape industry, contributed ideas, programs, and other endeavors to benefit other ALCC members, and have improved the professional image of the landscape industry. This award was named for Bob Cannon, an ALCC founder, a visionary who realized many years ago that we were much better working together than separately. So let me tell you about this year's Bob Cannon's Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. This year's Bob Cannon Award recipient admits he doesn't like to sit around very much. He has to be on the go. Maybe that's why it only took him 8 years from the time he graduated from Michigan State to become the youngest vice president to date at Environmental Care Industries. Many of you recall that Environmental Care, or ECI, was the predecessor to Valley Crest Maintenance. He started with ECI in sales in the Denver office, opened and managed the Colorado Springs office for 4 years, and then moved to corporate in California. As vice president, he was part of the effort that took Valley Crest to their first 100 million, and then to their 200 million in revenues. This year's Cannon recipient has spent almost his entire career in the landscape industry. After Valley Crest, he worked for Davey Roofing for 3 years. But note, that was the only time since he was 16 that he had not worked in our industry. When he graduated from Michigan State in landscape architecture, he realized it didn't make sense that he had no idea how his designs would be built. So he planned to work in the installation side of the industry for a year, and he took a job, and then take a job in landscape architecture. But during that time, he fell in love with contracting and never went back to design. So after Valley Crest and the roofing company, what did he do? He and another man from Valley Crest formed a commercial contracting firm right here in Denver. They actually met on a job site where the recipient was interviewing with Valley Crest. A young Mexican man was lying across the parking lot and had his arms down in a hole, making repairs with mud up to his elbows. These two guys hit it off and were friends from that day on. He helped his buddy learn English, and his friend taught him field operations. They still call each other by the same nickname, Maestro, which means teacher in Spanish. When these two guys settled into business together, their Denver-based company took off. They won a Planet Grand Award for their projects in 1993. And keep in mind, this was their first year in business. Today, that company is a mainstay in Colorado landscape industry. And as an integrated full-service landscape maintenance firm that has been recognized with 29 regional awards. But back to our winner. In addition to his industry efforts in Colorado, he is also active on a national level, where he has served on the board of directors and various committees for Planet. He really likes working on behalf of young people and really thinks that the Student Career Days competition is absolutely the best event of the year. Outside of work, our winner says it's all about the ride, and that means cars. Who doesn't like cars? Come on. He has a small fortune, in his words, not mine, wrapped up in a 1996 993 twin-turbo Porsche. And last summer, he built a 2002 M5 Denon Stage 2 car. He says it's a beast that's barely street legal. And for the rest of his ride, he is also a member of the Professional Ski Instructors Association. He's an Orvis-endorsed fly fishing guide, a certified level 1 search and rescue, an upland game and hunter, and as he puts it, a pretty decent river guide. He's a family man, has been married to Pam for 30 years, and they have 3 children, Ryan, Natalie, and Julia. So who is this year's Bob Cannon Award recipient? Here are the clues. His longtime business partner is Chuy Medrano. The company they started is Cocal Landscape. His wife's name wife's name is Pam Fochtman. So, of course, this year's Bob Cannon Award honors Tom Fochtman. Please help me join welcoming Tom to the stage.
Great. Haven't heard that much about myself in a long time. Well, let's embarrass Pam right away. Honey, stand up, be recognized. You've been a saint for 30 years. Well, I'll be brief. You heard a lot of it, but you know, when you're a recipient of an award like this, you think about a lot of different things. You think about your family and your life and your achievements, and you think you're old because it's a Lifetime Achievement Award. So it causes you to reflect quite a bit, and so I wrote some notes about 10 different times, and this was 5 times ago, so this ought to be pretty disjointed. Oh, well, one thing was, if you get this award, you get to pick the music. I've never had that happen. So I wrote down the usual songs. I had Jimi Hendrix, All Along the Watchtower. That was a tough one not to pick. Stones, Start Me Up. I had a couple of Jeff Beck songs. I had a Pretenders song. But then I was thinking, because some of you may not know, but I don't own CoCal anymore. Chewy's the owner. I sold my stock to Chewy. So I'm on a new business adventure here pretty soon. And a friend of mine's trying to get me into newer music. So I thought, oh, I should pick something newer. So does anybody know what that song was? You can't say. You know the song. What is it? Dandy Warhols. Good job. It's a good song. So, changing. You know, when Chewy and I started CoCal, we had this basic premise that if we just treated our employees and our customers with respect, and if we were honest and we worked hard, we would do okay. And we did. That was really the core belief in our company. And we did meet the first day I came to Denver when I interviewed, and he was in a parking lot, Atrium 1 in DTC, fixing a pipe. And I'll remember that for the rest of my life. But so we just thought we should just take care of our people and our customers, and we would do well. And I think we built a pretty good company, and now it's Chewy's adventure to take it to the next level. And as I said, I'm going to go do something else. But when you look back at all this, the theme I kept coming up with was it just gets back to the people. And what I loved the most about CoCal was watching the people. Giving people responsibilities and, an opportunity and watching them take the ball and run with it. And that was really, really fabulous. And we made money, and that was great too. But it was all about the people. So that gets back to this industry. What's really cool about this industry is you guys, the people. There are not many industries that I know of, maybe none, that the people are so giving. Everybody is so open and giving. I have so many friends here tonight, and most of them were competitors of ours, but they're great friends of mine. And could always call them and ask their advice. And you can do that all around the nation if you get involved in Planet. It's the same. And I don't know many industries that are like this. So, so I thought, well, what have I really done? What does it all mean? So a few things I've learned. And then I'll get going and we'll get on with these wonderful awards. Giving back to the industry has been a lot of fun. I have started with ALCC and then working with Planet. Planet started to ask me and I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. And a senior leader in Planet kind of mentored me about it, and he was right. He said, I think you are going to enjoy helping lead the industry. So I would urge you all, if you're not involved, to get involved because it is quite rewarding. and you'll make friends for life. It's just amazing. So giving back is key. And then mentoring. I'm big on mentoring. I've had a lot of great mentors in my life, and we all have, you know, your parents and siblings and your first boss or something. But I've been blessed with having great mentors and still do today, and I have people that have guided me and kept me grounded. One is right there. She's a saint, as I said. So I think it's great. If you don't have mentors in your life, you know, it's not easy, particularly for our gender, boys, men, to ask for help, but it's helped me a lot, and I would encourage you to do that. I wrote a note here, and I thought, you know, if you're sitting out there not having fun with your career, you should change it. And speaking of fun, I have a PhD in fun. So, and really, to be honest with you, Chewy didn't. So I used his time, and he knows that. So that's the beauty of partners, and he didn't seem to mind, so I just used all his time. But I don't sit down very well. I don't know how to watch TV. I'm a terrible football guy because I'm not going to be inside on Sunday watching football on a TV. So I just like to be active, and I would encourage you all to be active. I like to put 28 hours of stuff in a 24-hour day, and I like to have fun. And I think it's easy in our industry, particularly here, because it's seasonal. You get wrapped up in your career, and then, of course, you got to take care of your family, and you forget about yourself. So just have fun. It's a cliche, you know, it's about the ride, but you don't want to be 55 and looking back and wondering what it could have been. So work some fun in your life. And that's all I've got to say about that. So thanks so much. Appreciate it.